Hello, everybody, wherever you may be, from coast to coast, sea to shining sea. Welcome back to Ham Radio Live, show about radio for people who love radio. A short version today, but we'll get into some stuff from the four winds of the world. Welcome back to the show. 1971, T-Rex. On their Electric Warrior album, it's Bang a Gong. Song went to number one in the UK. In fact, the album Electric Warrior went number one. It was their second album. First studio album was called Tyrannosaurus Rex. So, of course, it makes sense for a band called T-Rex. This one was their big one, though. 1971 with Bang a Gong. Get it on. Get it on. Bang a gong. Get it on. Good start from when we were younger, right? Get it on. All right, from the four winds of the world, wherever you may be, I know we're early, away we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Shack in Oregon. My name is Larry, and my call sign, Kilo 7 Hotel November. My mouth is going to go fast because I got a lot to do in a short time. I've got a doctor's appointment for myself, my brother today. That's why we're 3 hours early, and I thank you for coming. Let's first welcome people from around the world. First one in, I think this is the very first time this has happened, too. From Walnut Creek, California, Jim is here. Meep, meep. Hi, Jim, Whiskey 6, Julie, India, Mike. Welcome to the show. Good to see you, mate. I hope things are going well. Some contests this weekend for CW. You'll work well this weekend. You'll do good. Will Myers is here from Wisconsin. Hi, Will. A very happy Friday. Kilo Alpha 8 Golf India, Mike. Happy Friday, buddy. Greg from Iowa. Kilo Fox 0, Charlie Union Zulu. Happy Friday to you, my friend. Uncle Harold's here from Saskatchewan. I think it is Saskatchewan, right? Welcome back, Harold. Good to see you, and a very happy Friday. God bless you, man. Good to see you. Ishmael, back from Dominica, welcomed you, and a very happy 18th birthday a few days ago. I hope it was a fun time, man. Happy birthday again, Ish. 18 now. He's 18. Rod's here from Pennsylvania, Whiskey 3, Mike Papa Golf. David is here from a snowy Kansas City, Missouri. And Jim is diddly away. My friends, we'd love to help you into ham radio. Please contact someone like the American Radio Relay League, www.arrl.org. Hit the contact us bar, let them know where you are. They'll send a ham radio club that's close to you that you can get to know. They'll help you get your license and then help you get on the air. www.arrl.org. Want to email me? Feel free and reach out at cqhamradiolive@gmail.com. Be happy to answer every email. Do the best I can on that. Today's topic question, what's the longest amount of time you've ever worked on your radio? Now, this is consecutively, so we're talking minutes or hours, could be days, Some people contest a lot, so it could be days. Longest amount of time you've worked your radio, we'll make sure and add it to the show today. Your weather powered by ICOM. ICOM for the love of ham radio. Here's the A1A. Doesn't look bad today. It really doesn't. In fact, the neat thing about this is the weather is going to get better. I don't know if you know this or not. The weather is actually going to get better. We had a big solar flare that was on the backside of the sun. And you can't see it here on the Corolla Home map, but what you can see it on is the map that we're going to show you here in just a second, which is really cool. Take a look at this. This is really neat. The source of the large eruption in CME on February 15th is now in view of the Stereo Ahead spacecraft and will reach the east limb in about 3 days. Stay tuned as a rise of solar activity could be on the horizon. Yeah, we could be seeing some seriously good numbers, even better than what we've had, which has been fantastic. Actually, I mean, we've had really good solar conditions lately, so not bad at all to turn your radio on for sure. Your noise floor has been quiet as well. Nice noise floors. K1, K0, that means quiet conditions. And when they're quiet, we can have a lot of fun with our ham radios. The current look, there's again the solar flare. Look at it here. This is great. Take a look at that flare. It's right there on about 11 o'clock on the sun. Okay. So if you look about 11 o'clock, you see that giant solar flare there. It just is huge. So that is exactly what we're looking at coming our way. I don't have an MUF map for you today. My phone's not working correctly, but I will tell you we've got good MUFs today. Your solar flare detection the last 3 days has been good. We've got 7 solar sunspots on the front side of the sun right now. So we've got good conditions for you around the world today. You shouldn't have any problem making calls all the way up to 10 meters daytime. And your daytime, I think 10 will probably open most of the day. I mean, it's just been that kind of a day. So 10 meter band should be just fine. You'll make calls all over the world. You really could. And your QRZ map for today, current conditions out of Boulder. Your SFI is 97, so it's down a few. Solar number 103, that's the one that matters. A index is 5, K is 1, negative BZ latitude. Not the greatest news in the world, but that's the way it is. It's winter time. Solar wind 346.8 kilometers per second. And you can take a look. See, geomagnetic field, very quiet. That means nice low noise floors. Band conditions 80 through 10 are going to be okay today. Your ham and shortwave forecast powered by ICOM. ICOM for the love of ham radio. North, south, and mid latitudes 20, 17, 15, 12, and 10 for voice or digital today. 11 meter CB, folks, should have wide open openings mid and south latitudes. Should be able to work probably 4 or 5 hours in the northern hemisphere today on 11 meters. Nighttime ham band openings of 160, 80, 75, 60, 40, 30. Best DX on 40 in the north, 20 in the south. But work your MUF at gray line at sunset. Make sure you're working 40 or 80 at sunrise. You'll make some great calls. Shortwave bands during the day, 31, 25, 22, and 19. Shortwave nighttime bands, 120, 90, 75, 60, 49, 41, 31, 25, 22, and 100% chance of the 19 meter band in the south until about now after sunset, and the signals will fade away. All right, let's catch up with your comments around the world, and thank you for coming today on a Friday. I got one eye on the clock, one eye on the screen, so bear with me here. It's going to be a quick show, but we'll get a lot of stuff in today. We really will. So I hope it's helpful to you wherever you are. Swordfish Radio. Hello, Martin. Golf 7. Foxtrot Tango November. Good evening to you in the UK. It's nice to see you, my friend. And Uncle Harold's all the way in Ontario. He said, and good thing, too, I could never spell Saskatchewan correctly. God bless you, too, brother. That's great. I know, if you're forced to spell something long, like Mississippi, we learned as a kid, right? Mississippi, Mississippi. And that's kind of it. But Saskatchewan, it's a little harder to do than Mississippi, so I get you. Johan, Barcelona, Spain is here. Hi, Johan. Echo Alpha 3014-SWL. Barcelona, Spain. Johan, a very happy Friday evening to you there in Barcelona. Thank you. And yeah, past Larry life at this time of day. Who knew, right? No. It's weird. I know. It's kind of one of those things. If I didn't do it now, it wouldn't get done today. It's just that kind of day with appointments for the doctors for Bob and I. Cliff Bolts, the state of Virginia, Whiskey Delta 4, Oscar Bravo Papa, welcome. It's good to have you, as well as Roger McKeon. Thank you for coming here. And by the way, from the UK, USA booming into Great Britain right now at the moment on 12 meters. Go get him. Go get it. That's good stuff. Corey's here. Hello, Corey. Mount Vernon, Virginia is in the house. Hi, Corey. That's a first timer, and that's applause. Welcome, babe. All right. Let's get into this real quick. We're going to talk about some cool photos that Mike sent me all the way from Jacksonville. Now, Mike was at Hamcation this past weekend. He got a lot of neat stuff, and he sent me some photos I want to share with you guys.
Hey, guys. KD2SXD here at Wolf River Coils booth. Wolf River Coils, you guys know how I feel about their products. This is a new product here, a single core collar, and also comes with the hardware to retrofit your existing collar to make it a dual collar kit instead of having to buy a whole dual collar system. Okay, we're going to take a look here at the new 2-meter 440 that sets up on that camera tripod. All right. You can also remove this element here. Oops, excuse me. You can also remove this element here and add your loading coil on there and put your ground radios underneath.
Isn't that cool? And
use that as well. So you have the best of all worlds.
That's Mike at Wolf River Coils there.
Now DJing for
Hold on, folks. Sorry about that. That was a bad error. Excuse me, please. I'll just restart this over again. Thank you. That is Mike with Richard Stubbs, one of my favorite people in all of ham radio at MFJ. They said they took 3 trailers down from Starkville, Mississippi down to Orlando. Said they had a good show. Had a lot of people show up at their booth and they sold some good stuff, made some really nice friends down there in Orlando. So kudos to Mike for this one. This is my favorite photo because that right there is Mr. Richard Stubbs, MFJ. And I think truly, and I know, one of the best guys in ham radio as well as one of the coolest companies there is. Mike, thanks for this one. I'll treasure this one. This is a good one. We also have this. Yes, the man that has antennas all over his head. That is Microwave Man, HF Man, VHF and UHF plus satellite. He does it all right there. And yeah, I don't think I'd wear that in the house because you probably wouldn't clear the door frame, but you know, it's okay. It's kind of cool outside. Also, here's a look at the MFJ booth from Hamcation this past weekend. Thank you, Mike, for these pictures. His call sign, Kilo Delta 2, Sierra X-Ray Delta. He also shows a little bit of the amplifiers and some tuners here from MFJ. This is what their display looked like over at the people over at Hamcation this past weekend. So if you want to share some photos with me, maybe your shack, your antennas, hopefully something you're doing. I love that stuff. Like Indy, right? Indy sent me some stuff from him. Now, he does a tough thing. He's at work, right? He's got to drive his truck in the outback of Australia. And sometimes these bridges, right? They're not big enough really for a truck his size, but he goes over these doggone things. And meanwhile, he's talking to all kinds of people on the air. Please feel free and send me your work, your pictures of your shack or your antennas to CQ, hamradiolive@gmail.com. Don't forget today's topic question. What's the longest amount of time you've ever worked in ham radio? We'll get to your comments, and I'll get to those in a moment. First, I want to tell you a little bit. We'll go quick. The special events for this weekend. Senegal, this is DXPedition, Senegal, being done by Fox 6, Hotel Mike Juliet as 6 Whiskey 7. So this is what you listen for on the air. 6 Whiskey 7 slant, Fox 6, Hotel Mike Juliet. Going to work 40 to 10, CWSSB. Also, Montserrat, this was Whiskey 2 Alpha Papa Foxtrot. So look for Victor, this one actually the call sign for this can be Victor Papa 2 Mike Delta Foxtrot. CW and Morse code, so there's Morse code, there can be some sideband work. 100 watts using buddy pole and a hex beam and a delta loop out of Montserrat. That ends on the 18th, by the way. Cyprus, this is being done by German Ham 5 Bravo 8 Alpha Quebec Charlie. It's being done by Delta Kilo 6 Sierra Papa HF, and they're going to be doing spare time operations until the 28th of February, it says on one side, but then the other side says the 27th of July. So let's just say the 20th of February just to be safe and try and work that. Again, 5 Bravo 4 Alpha Quebec Charlie from Cyprus. Ecuador, this is going to be a good one. Hotel Charlie 1 Foxtrot India Tango, being done by November 9 Echo Alpha Juliet. 40 to 10 meter SSB, slow CW possibly as well. Zimbabwe, that's Zulu 2, being done by Delta Limo 7 Bravo Oscar as Zulu 2 to Oscar, and Delta Juliet 6 Tango Fox as Zulu 2 1 Alpha. 160 to 10 meters. This is a good one to get, my friends. Morse code and sideband plus FT8, FT4. If you need some African calls, this is the one to get for a good Africa call right there. Cyprus, 5 Bravo 4 Alpha Quebec Charlie, being done by Delta Kilo 6 Sierra Papa HF on the HF bands only. Spare time operations supposed to be continuing again. This is the same thing through February 28th anyway. Senegal, 6 Whiskey by Ontario November 4 Alpha Victor Tango as 6 Whiskey slant Ontario November 4 Alpha Victoria Tango. And why is this stupid thing doing? Sorry, I bet this little thing popping on my screen. They're going to be working 80 to 10 meters sideband plus digital using end-fed wire ZEP antenna. They'll be working till April on this. St. Kitts and Nevis, Victor 4 by Kilo Golf 9 November as Victor 4 slant Kilo Golf 9 November from St. Kitts. It's Island on the Air, North Africa. Wow. You can tell I'm trying to rush. Sorry about that. Island on the Air, North America 104. It's being done out of Victor 47 Juliet Alpha HF QSL via Kilo Golf 9 Romeo. Sorry. Let me just take a deep breath and slow down because I'm trying to hurry this show. Belize Victor 31 being done by Whiskey 0 Charlie Papa as Victor 31 Delta Juliet and Secondham Kilo 0 Zulu Victor as Victoria 31 Delta Kilo. Going to be HF Morse code sideband 800 watts. That's 800 watts out of Belize. You should be able to make that one for sure. Senegal, 6 Whiskey 7, being done 6 Whiskey 7, Fox 6, Hotel Mike Juliet. We just had this twice. Sorry about that. Tanzania, 5 Hotel, 3 Bravo Victor, being done by Sierra 5-3, Bravo Victor from Island on the Air, Africa 063. This is 40 to 15 meters, Morse code and sideband using 20 watts, dipole, spare time operation. Maldives, going to be done by Oscar Kilo 4, Whiskey Mike, as 8 Quebec 7 Whiskey Mike and Oscar Kilo 2 Whiskey X-Ray as 8 Quebec 7 Whiskey X-Ray. This will be fun. Island on the Air, Asia 013, 160, 80, 40, Morse code and sideband. Suriname starts on the 19th. It's being done by Delta Lima 4 Echo Lima. Going to be 40 to 10 meters sideband, 100 watts. And Cape Verde Islands, this is a nice one. You can work this one here this weekend through March 2nd. It's going to be Delta 4, okay? So look for Delta Juliet 5 Quebec Whiskey as Delta 4 Charlie Whiskey and Delta 4 Delta X-Ray. 80 to 10 meters Morse code and sideband. Some good stuff out there in the DXPedition trail. Your contest calendar for this weekend. Not a whole lot going on if you're a sideband person, but there are some good contests. Take a look at the list here. There's one for ARL International DX Contest for Morse code. I'm sure Jim's going to be working that one. He's really good at that. Plus the Russian PSK Worldwide Contest. So PSK 31, those guys love PSK. You've got a great contest coming out of Russia this week, and they usually have good signals, so try and work those. Special Events Station. There's a good special events this weekend. If you love the history of shortwave, this is the 80th anniversary of the Voice of America, and there are some really neat stations this weekend. Let's start out first up in Louisiana. Cajun Coast Eagle Expo, Whiskey 5 Bravo Mike Charlie out of Patterson, Louisiana. That's the call sign to look for. It's for the Cajun Coast Eagle Expo. Also, George Washington birthday celebration. This is Kilo 4 Union Sierra out of Alexandria, Virginia. That'll be a fun one to look for. And the Ice Station. No kidding. And it works from Minnesota. They do this on frozen lakes. They're going to be working the lakes that are frozen over. So please work these people. Whiskey 0 Juliet Hotel. Now look on 3.860, 7.260, 14.260, and 21.360, plus or minus a little bit depending upon QRM, okay? They're going to be out on the lakes, the frozen lakes of Minnesota, trying to make calls to you all weekend long. Boy Scouts, WHOA weekend. This weekend, W1 Mike. That's the call sign to look for. Council BSA out of Western Massachusetts Council of Boy Scouts of America, 7.190, 10.115, 14.060, and 14.290. And here's the first of them. Voice of America, 80th anniversary of the first broadcast overseas. First call sign to look for is Whiskey 3 Victoria. That's the one out of Washington, D.C. This out of the VOA headquarters that was in Washington. 3.880, 7.280, and 14.280. So that's going to be sideband Whiskey 3 Bravo. Also, 2 other Voice of America stations this weekend. Whiskey 8 Oscar. That's out of their Westchester, Ohio VOA location. 3.880, 7.280, and 14.280. The third one's out of Greenville, North Carolina. That one's going to be Whiskey 4 Alpha out of Greenville, North Carolina. Same frequencies, 3.880, 7.280, and 14.280. So what's going to happen is these folks are going to be real close together on the band. So if you want a special event station to work, I have one of their QSL cards here on my wall. It's a great one to get. So work one of these. Again, the calls Whiskey 4 Alpha, Whiskey 8 Oscar, and Whiskey 3 Victoria. So there you go. There's your special events, contests, and DXPedition stuff for the whole doggone weekend in a quick clip. Happy Friday. It's neat to see you guys. Thanks for coming today. It's great to have you. We just celebrate radio here. And I know that might seem weird to some people, but there's lots of YouTube channels out there that are so good at reviewing products and talking about various things. This is a talk show. It always has been. It's about you, and it's about celebrating what you do. That's why today's topic question is the way it is. The question of the day: what's the longest amount of time you've ever worked your radio? Let's take a look at your comments and let's see if we can maybe get you part of the show. Okay? Looking up here at everybody's comments here. All right, here we go. Swordfish Radio, again, USA booming on 12 meters right now. Welcome, Kevin, Kilo Zero, Kilo Lima Oscar. Jason Heff, welcome. Kilo November 4, Zulu Union November, South Carolina is here. Hi, Jace. Johan, wow, I want one of those antennas. Yeah, the antenna guy hat, he's a pretty special dude. The antenna guy hat, yeah. It's not that these things actually work, but boy, they look pretty cool. And I bet, Mike, if Mike sees this on replay, I bet the dude got a ton of attention with that hat on, right? He would have to. My gosh. All right, longest time you've worked. Here we go. Bass, at this moment, a lot of antennas in UK, the Netherlands and Germany are going down. Stormy weather and gusts for 130 kilometers. 270 knots. And this is no lie. For people that are in the US or North America, maybe Hawaii and Australia, the storms that have hit Europe are devastating. There's over 5 people killed on the roads where trees have fallen on their cars, things like that. Our hearts and prayers go out to all of you in Europe. This is no bad, this is not just a joke. This is a serious storm. We hope you get through there. If you have antennas up, if you still have a lot of wind, try and take care of them. Make sure they're guided carefully because it's probably too late to try and bring them down by now. But please take good care, okay? Juliet 72 India Mike Sierra. That's Ishmael. Longest I've ever been on the radio is 20 hours. 20 hours. Okay, so let's see. 20 hours, and Bass says nonstop, and Ishmael says nonstop. So there's the record, 20 so far. There you go. And you know what? It's a lot of contesting. Or if in his case, right, Ishmael's on a little tiny island just north of Venezuela in the Caribbean called Dominica. And it is not tremendously high on DXCC, not like a top 20 or 30, but it's high. Anytime he turns his radio and calls CQ, he's going to get tons of people calling him because they want to work his country. So yeah, that's why. And Dominica also has the advantage of being in the tropics, so it gets lots of sun, usually a high MUF down there. And so he's going to make great calls. Ishmael, happy birthday again to you, buddy. Yeah, and Bass, the storm just started here. Already 3 people dead. Yeah, there's 4, I think 5 in Germany. It's just terrible. This is a terrible, terrible storm. Kevin, 3,000 subscribers. Oh, buddy. Is there really? Hold on. I don't know. I don't look at that. Seriously. Hold on. Let me look at YouTube real quick. He says there's 3,000 subscribers on my channel. And I'm like, really? I don't know. Let's go back. There are. Holy cow. Thank you. Sincerely. I'm just seeing it right now. Thank you, guys. This is amazing to me. 3,000 people. Golly. I never would have thought that happened. Thank you, Kevin, for telling me. I just try and make these work and hopefully sound okay so that people that aren't in ham radio can come in, because this is the best hobby in the world. And people like you that do great YouTube work and put all the time in that you do to do what you do is fantastic. So Kevin, thanks for telling me. I didn't have any idea, man. So thanks for, wow, that's pretty cool. That's a happy Friday moment for me. Jason Heff says, had to take it down for now. There's a short on the 2-meter antenna. It happens. Daniel in New Hampshire they got an early storm up there right now. Kevin, yes, very early. Say just put his antenna back up. Good. There's good stuff, I guess, on 12 meters right now to the U.S. Work on that for sure. Cliff Bolts, I was on 24 hours for field day. That's big. Daniel, thank you. I didn't know. Some people really get into subscriber count. They do. And they'll tell you 50 times, make sure and hit the subscribe count. Make sure you hit the subscribe and the bell icon so you can be notified when we go live. So that way you don't miss any content. It's a radio show. That's what it is. It's supposed to be fun and about you. So thank you. You honor me because without you, none of that would have happened. So thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I do. Thank you. Kev, did about 16 hours nonstop working CQ Worldwide. Wife has only just started talking to me again. No! I bet. Well, thank you, man. I had no idea. This is just amazing. All these people, saying congratulations for 3,000 subs. That's, for me, I'm just honored. That's a lot of people, and my hope is to remember the names, call signs, and where you're from. If I can do that, I'm really happy. I don't care the subscriber count. I really don't. It's never mattered to me. What's always mattered to me is you and helping you out. So I want to sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for helping me reach. Wow, I guess 3,000 subscribers, so thank you. Wow. Daniel, sadly, the longest I spend on the radio is about 45 minutes. I tend to tinker and tweak more than talk, and my children tend to drag me away from the radio every time I start making contact. No! That's the beauty, though, Daniel. Enjoy your children. That's the time of your life. This is a golden time of your life, man. It is. This is the time of your life where you celebrate. You work with your kids, you play with them, you do stuff. I would have been on 30 minutes earlier, but Miley had to have a walk, and she was all over me. So I was like, okay, that's more important. Take care of the dog, and then do the show. And that's why I came a little bit later. Otherwise, it would have been earlier than this. So anyway, folks, we're going to talk real quick, because we got some stuff still to do. We still have a little bit of stuff to do. We've got trivia questions today. We do. But first, let's check up in the crow's nest, see what's happening up there.
Well, that number goes back a long ways.
Well, it didn't go back far enough. I could still see it.
And since it's a Friday and you've already seen that one, I guess I feel a little funny today, I guess, for some reason. Here is a second cut of Waldorf and Statler up in the crow's nest at the Muppet Show.
Well, that number goes back a long ways.
Well, it didn't go back far enough. I could still see it.
And when you play it twice, it makes you, really feel bad. So here it is. I thought, it's not there. What happened to I put it in. I did that. That makes me really frustrated. I'm sorry. I put it, because I really work hard to make sure the show is really good flow. And then it happens twice and you're like, oh my gosh, what a complete moron. No! Sorry, guys. Excuse me. Trivia. Here we go. First question. When was the amateur radio advanced class first offered? So in the U.S., we've had lots of top licenses, right? The advanced, the amateur extra. Okay. So when was it first offered? A, shortly after World War I. B, shortly after World War II. C, shortly after D is shortly before World War II. C, shortly after World War II. Or D, April 15th, 2000, and that's it. Yeah, don't pick D. Just don't. It's not worth it. No, it's not worth it. Okay. So, A, B, C, or D. The advanced class license in amateur radio U.S., when was it first offered? Shortly after World War I, shortly before World War II, shortly after World War II, or April 15, 2000. First one in from the state of Wisconsin. William Myers, bail me out, mate. Kilo Alpha 8 Golf India Mike says it was C, shortly after World War II, and he got it correct. Look at that. That's great. North America pulled away right now, 95 to 80, but, the world can catch up really fast. It's just the way the game goes. Daniel had A, Harold had D, Rod in Pennsylvania with A, Cliff had B, Swordfish Radio, Martin in the UK had B, Jason had C, and Bass had C. Eddie in the UK, welcome. He had B as well. Second question. Can one have an EMENA that's Earth, Moon, Earth, QSO, on the 24 gigahertz band, okay? So can you moon bounce on 24 gigahertz? So for many people, this is just going to be like, I don't care. But there you go. Can you do it? Yes or no? A is yes, B is no. Let me know the answer you come up with. First one in with it right, your continent gets it, and we'll see who wins on this Friday. We thank you for coming. Again, can one have an Earth, Moon, Earth contact on the 24 gigahertz band? A is yes, B is no. Let me know the answer, and we'll make sure and add it to the show. Yeah. Happy Friday, everybody. When you're retired, right? Every day is Friday. It's kind of weird. Yeah. First one up. Again, look at this. William Myers from the state of Wisconsin. Kilo Alpha 8 Golf India Mike says B, and that would be no, and that is incorrect. Cliff Bolts with B, no. Martin in the UK has A. And there's only one left, and that's A, and he got it correct. You can do it. Yes, you can. Believe it or not. And this is one of those ones, most of the people that watch this show right now are saying, who cares? I get it. You can do an EME QSO on the 24 gigahertz band if you're so inclined. So that's it. Also answering this as well. And by the way, good job, Martin, getting the world back in the game. Jason also had it correct. Bass had B. Corey with B. Gunter, welcome. Good to see you in Germany, man. I hope you're okay, man. I hope things are well. I know the storm's been terrible there. I've been watching the news a lot on that. Johan with B. Uncle Harold with B. And Rod, thank you again for coming today. Yeah, you can do it. Earth, Moon, Earth bounce. That's about it. Yeah. Folks, we're going to close today, but we do have a question. Today's show, the longest you've ever worked a radio. Okay. Now, this is in continual time, not like you took a break for 2 hours and came back. The longest, well, you can take like a 15-minute break, right? Because everyone's got to go to the bathroom, have something to eat, get some drink. You got to be ready, right? So the last call for the question of the show, what's your longest amount of time that you have worked your radio? Okay. Longest amount of time. So far, 24 hours is the top amount of time for people watching the show. That's pretty cool. And Gunter, storm warning in Europe, wind speed 125 on the British coast. Yeah, it's terrible. Like I said earlier in the show, there's 5 people that are killed out of this storm just on the mainland part of Europe alone. This is no joke. This is a terrible storm. So our hearts and prayers go out to all of you. And Gunter, I'm glad to hear that. I sent you a WhatsApp yesterday about that because I was worried. So I'm glad you're okay in Germany. Literally, there's lots of people, Sweden, Norway, Germany, and now the UK. I mean, a lot of folks just been in the eye of this thing, and it's a terrible, terrible storm. I forget what the Germans named it. I think it was like Alexei or something like that. The British named it something else, but it was a killer storm, and it really did some bad damage. So that's terrible. I hate to hear about that. All right, folks. Well, let me see. One more time. What's the longest time you've worked your radio? For me personally, it's hard for me to sit a long time. But so for me, a few hours is great, right? But I love to work the radio. It's fun. My fun is in receiving. I love to pull in the weak guys. That's my favorite part because often that's really far away, DX, right? So you might be hearing something at an S1 or an S0, but you can barely hear it, right? Maybe a 2 or a 3. So it'd be like let's say it's 2 by 0, right? You can hear it, it's coming in and out, and you find out it's 5,000 miles away. And you're just like, I got to work that person. And you give up like 7 other frequencies you can work and try and make quick calls on, but you want that one, right? So for me, I'd say probably 5 hours. That's the longest I've ever been able to sit here and do this. But it was a glorious time. It was during CQ Worldwide, one of my favorite times of year, by the way. That's fun. CQ Worldwide's fun. Love CQ Worldwide. It's a lot of fun. Bass, thank you, Larry. Have a nice Friday. Hope everything goes okay with the doctor. We'll have to go till next time. Bass, thanks for coming on a Friday. Thank you for being here. Gunter, Uncle Gunter doesn't fear the weather. I am more in fear of the weirdos outside. That's great. No! That's funny. Yep. All right, folks, we're going to clear the show today. I'm sorry it's so short, but I've got to get up and just have my shoulder looked at from surgery. I want to thank you for coming. Wow, 3,000 subscribers. Really? I can't believe that. That to me is amazing. I've never dwelt on that. I've never asked for that. I don't ask for thumbs up. You guys do that, and it inspires me a lot because it's like, wow, these people really think a lot of me. And that's an honor to me. And I want you to know that from my heart, okay? This is a labor of love, and you've been part of this whole journey. Wow, I'm going to tell my wife today I have 3,000 subscribers. She's going to say, what does that mean? Yeah, there you go. Folks, we want to help you get ham radio. We really do. It's the greatest hobby on the face of the earth. It really is. Contact someone like the Radio Society of Great Britain. Even if you're not in the UK, they will help you, and they'll help you get a licensed ham radio club close to you that you can get to know and learn ham radio from. Contact them at www.rsgb.org. Until we meet again, which will be tomorrow, we'll have some fun on 7610. Maybe we'll work the 5,000 tomorrow. I'm not sure. We'll have some fun. Please remember, turn your radios on today. It's wonderful conditions. You'll work 10 meters in the daytime. You'll work 40 and 80 at night, and the noise floors are down. Let's hear an old sign-off, radio sign-off. These are fun. These are ones that aren't like, ones that we normally remember because a lot of us don't remember so much radio sign-offs. We remember television, right? Well, this is one that we have on radio when radios used to go off the air way back in the day. My name's Larry. My call sign in ham radios, Kilo 7 Hotel November. God bless you and yours. Thanks for letting me hit 3,000 subscribers. Wow. Wherever you may be. Goodbye, everybody.
Due to FCC regulations, radio station WWBA must now sign off the air. WWBA operates on an assigned frequency of 680 kilocycles on the AM dial at 1,000 watts of power. We invite you to set your FM radio dial to 107.3 for a continuation of wonderful Bay Radio music on WWBA FM. WWBA AM will resume broadcasting at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. For the staff and management of